Good afternoon. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. With all the difficulties we have in getting the foods that we want or we need, this is a time to learn by substitutions, to substitute some of the items that we need, especially when it comes to eggs or sugar, or any of that stuff that's going to be in short supply. Anyway, this page comes from a recipe book, a local recipe book that's put out by a local church, and it was put out in the 70s. So it should give you some ideas on how you can substitute how our parents and our grandparents substituted. They went run to the store every time they needed something. They made do. So anyway, let's go with what we got. Instead of 1 cup of white sugar, use 1½ cups of brown sugar, or 1½ cups of powdered sugar. For 1 cup of honey, use 1 1/4 cup of sugar plus 1/4 cup of liquid. For brown sugar, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of molasses, 1 square unsweetened chocolate, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, plus 3 tablespoons of shortening such as Crisco, 1 ounce of bitter chocolate, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 ounce of semi-sweet chocolate, 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate, plus 1 tablespoon of sugar. For 1 cup of sweet milk, substitute 1 cup of buttermilk, plus 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. For 1 cup of buttermilk or sour milk, substitute 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or vinegar, and enough milk to make a cup. Let stand for a few minutes, or use 1 cup of plain yogurt. For 1 cup of half and half, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, and enough whole milk to make 1 cup. 1 cup of whole milk, 1/2 cup of evaporated milk, plus 1/2 cup of water. 1 large egg, 2 egg whites, or 1/4 cup egg substitute. For 1 cup of butter, you can substitute 1 cup of vegetable shortening, that's 1/2 teaspoon of salt. For 1 tablespoon of cornstarch for thickening, substitute 2 tablespoons of flour. To substitute 1 tablespoon of flour for thickening, use 1/2 to 2/3 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1 cup of cake flour sifted. You got 1 cup minus 2 tablespoons of whole all-purpose flour, plus 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Sift well. For 1 cup of self-rising flour, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, plus 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I only add 1/4 teaspoon of salt because you can add too much salt really rapidly, and if you add too much, you can't take it out. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, plus 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar. 1 cup of tomato juice, 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, and 1/2 cup of water. 2 cups of tomato sauce, 3/4 cups of tomato paste, and 1 cup of flour. That's it for now. God bless.